Welcome to the biggest culture shock of 2026. Before the tournament, the press continuously warned tourists that America is extremely unstable and unfriendly. But now, the internet is flooded with fascinating twists from international fans.
I love being in America. I love American cars. I love American roads. And we are having the best time of our lives.
What do you find the American people to be like?
Friendly and full of hope and positivity.
Very hospitable, very helpful, great fun.
Really communicative. You talk and everybody wants to have a chat and talk to you. And we love the US.
Greatest country in the world.
From being overwhelmed by the gigantic supermarkets as big as museums to the warm hospitality of the locals, they realized they had been led by sensational headlines. Why are tens of thousands of people both angry for being deceived and reluctant to fly back home? Let's analyze the stark truth right here. I bet you will be both entertained and gain an extremely profound socioeconomic perspective.
What?
I ask a medium size.
That's medium.
Ma che medium? Madonna! My entire family can drink from here for 1 month. So this is a medium size?
Yeah.
Madonna
We're in
Santa.
Texas. Everything is bigger.
But also, why you have to pay more for a bigger size if I have the free refill?
Because that you can take out and...
No, like going to be a bit like the one on the dolls.
When the one that said the portions are big, I didn't know it was this big.
Put a bit on
From the supermarket.
Food, do you want a sandwich?
Yeah, let's get a sandwich.
Is this one big enough for you?
It's good.
I haven't got the burn yet.
All right, we will step into the first shock and also the funniest segment for international fans when they first arrive here. Portion sizes in the US. On social media platforms like TikTok or YouTube Shorts right now, there is a term that is going extremely viral. Big Americana. Used to refer to the trend where everything in America, from roads, cars to plates of food, is on a massive scale. For Americans, a heaping plate of food is not just a habit, but also a symbol of abundance, hospitality, and a free-spirited attitude. Go big or go home. But for a foreign tourist, it's like a real stomach-limiting challenge.
Guys, so I'm at the McDonald's here in the US. This is their medium-size iced coffee. This is their small sweet tea. So if you guys don't know, sweet tea is like really famous in the US. It's basically iced tea, what we call iced tea. But look at the sizes here. Everything's huge. Like, look at that.
Look at this. A club sandwich. Look at that. I've already eaten half the fries off of it.
Here's your Coca-Cola. Wow, that's what size did we get?
This is a medium. What do you think?
It's the size of my f***ing head. This is like a large in Australia, man. What the
Wait, actually?
Yeah, this is massive.
I don't know when they started making the sodas.
Why does it keep getting bigger? What the hell is a large?
All right.
These overwhelmed expressions are completely genuine, because in Europe, portion sizes are designed to be much smaller and more streamlined. And surely, when looking at these moments, American audiences will undoubtedly feel a deep sense of delight and national pride. Because this incredible material surplus did not come about by chance, it is the achievement of a superpower economy. Why can restaurants in the US serve gigantic portions at extremely affordable prices? This is an easy-to-understand explanation. However, through the lens of economics, the answer lies in the United States' superior surplus agriculture. Thanks to synchronized support policies and advanced farming technology, especially corn subsidy programs, America always has an abundant food supply. As a German friend humorously remarked in his video, Americans find every way to put corn into everything, from sweet corn and corn ice cream to corn flour and bread. This abundance of raw materials serves as a launchpad for restaurant chains to optimize their cost per serving. Okay, we have talked about the size of the food, but there is still another factor that leaves international tourists astonished, which is the free refill culture, meaning free soda refills. For Americans, this is a basic and obvious customer service practice in every restaurant.
Tell me why I have only just found out that Americans get free refills when they go out for dinner. Yeah, literally go anywhere and you can get unlimited free drinks. This has never been a thing anywhere I have been in the UK, Europe.
I want to talk about free refill. Did you guys know that free refill it's a very American thing? First months in the United States, we didn't know that refills are free. And when I saw in McDonald's some kid 2 times in a row go to Fontaine and get cola, I was thinking he's cheating, like, and I was looking like he's stealing thing. Yeah. But then somebody tell me, hey, it's free if you.
But from a European perspective, this creates an interesting contradiction. They wonder, why pay more for a large size when you can get extra water for free? Americans love freedom and generosity, wanting their customers to enjoy without worrying about petty limits. And it is precisely that generosity and openness in culinary culture that has completely captivated and warmed the stomachs of World Cup fans, making them feel incredibly happy to experience a life filled with abundance.
One of the best deals at Universal are the drink cups. Refills are $12.99 with your new Universal Pass, and you can drink as much as you want all day. And it's not just soda machines, it's also the ices. So our normal drink is about $5 per pour, so you only need to refill this 3 times to make it worth it. And don't forget, you have to wait 10 minutes between each refill. Cheers!
Order! Thanks so much. You're welcome.
Costco is even bigger than Walmart.
This is Montañe? Yeah, welcome to America. You know, I used to be little like...
If you also feel proud of the hospitality and abundance of America, or simply love the genuine reactions of international fans, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Your small actions are a great source of motivation for me to continue producing high-quality analysis videos like this one. The gigantic medium-sized drinks or the pancake as big as a tray are just the prelude to a series of surprises in America. Right after this, we will step into a real culinary battle, where all the outdated media prejudices about American food will be completely defeated by a legendary cultural icon. Don't take your eyes off it. Let's continue this journey to see firsthand how international fans have completely fallen and become enamored with the true temples of Texas barbecue. The Texas Barbecue Temple. An icon that can be considered the ultimate weapon of American cuisine and also something that directly breaks all the outdated prejudices of international tourists.
I just had Texas barbecue for the first time in my life. Poof! Better than any moment in my life. And I am married and have 2 kids. Oh, but in France you have des crêpes, les petits pains au chocolat, les croissants. No, I give my left croissant.
First time trying barbecue in Texas. I got this from Truth Barbecue in Houston, and look at the size of this dino rib. The seasoning on this rib is insane. Super tender, but we all know
For many years, the world media has perpetuated the stereotype that American food consists only of poor, fast food lacking in character. But when they set foot in BBQ capitals like Terry Black's in Dallas or Pinkerton's in Houston, World Cup fans were astonished to realize America possesses an incredibly refined and high-class artisanal culinary heritage. Just look at how the YouTube and TikTok algorithms are being dominated by these artistically rich food review videos.
How big is it?
Bite. First bite, man. That's your first ever bite of Texas barbecue. What do you think?
Amazing!
Hey, that's a shark.
I love it!
So good. I'm happier than a pig in a mud.
For the majority of Americans, these films bring an immense sense of national pride and profound happiness. Americans have every right to be proud, because a proper plate of Texas barbecue is not a product of a fast industrial assembly line, but the culmination of immigrant culture and extreme patience. That is the art of artisanal BBQ, where the cooks must stay up all night, controlling the flow of smoke from oak wood for 12 to 16 hours to create the perfect bark crust and a pink smoke ring on the meat. This is a symbol of the cultural intersection between the farming techniques of Native Americans, the spices of German and Czech immigrants, and the long-standing history of the southern United States. The concept of soul food, food that nourishes the soul, lies in this. It requires time, meticulousness, and the heart of the cook.
Let's try the best Texas barbecue in Texas. I'm at Terry Black's in Dallas, Texas.
So we've just arrived in Austin, and the first stop has to be the most recommended.
The psychological highlight that amused the online community the most was the humorous confession from a South African fan when he first sat at an American barbecue feast. The food in our country mostly tastes miserable. And this piece of meat contains the flavor of happiness. When a dish can change a person's worldview, it is no longer just nutrition. It is the power of popular culture. If you are also a fan of juicy beef brisket or smoky grilled ribs bursting with the flavors of America, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel right away. Your support will help the algorithm spread these authentic cultural values to even more people. However, the collapse of culinary prejudices is just the beginning of the journey of exploration. America not only conquers the stomachs of World Cup fans with its top-notch barbecue plates, but also leaves them utterly awestruck by the unimaginable level of material abundance. Right after this, we will step into the shopping wonders that Europeans liken to museums, and the rest stops with up to 120 gas pumps operating simultaneously. Let's move on to the next part to see how the colossal infrastructure of the US has blown the minds of international tourists. If the peak flavors of American cuisine have only exploded the taste buds, then the scale of the retail system and transportation infrastructure here will directly overload the operating system of any international traveler. Let's embark on an experience that European fans reverently call a grand museum tour, but in reality, they are just strolling through the Walmart and Costco supermarkets of America. For the people of the land of the stars and stripes, pushing a cart full of goods in a vast space is a completely normal thing to do every weekend. But through the lens of friends from across the ocean, this is a wonder of abundance and material surplus. Watch the extremely funny reaction clip of European fans when they first set foot in Costco. A vlogger exclaimed in astonishment. This astonishment continues to escalate as international fans travel on the highways and stop at rest areas like Maverick or Buc-ee's. They stood rooted to the spot, staring at a complex that has between 60 to 120 fuel pumps operating simultaneously, complete with a hot barbecue brisket counter and endless rows of souvenir stalls. Even an English fan had to exclaim, "Why are gas stations in our country just a small kiosk with 2 pumps, while in America they look like this shopping mall?" To be honest, that overwhelming feeling is entirely scientifically grounded. From an economic perspective, what World Cup fans are witnessing is the most vivid manifestation of material abundance, a privilege built on the great economic potential of the United States. There is a macroeconomic comparison that might shock many. By modern economic standards, the state of Mississippi, which is the lowest income state in the United States, still possesses economic performance and development capacity superior to that of Great Britain. That explains why the standard of living, purchasing power, and scale of consumer goods in the US are at a completely different level compared to the rest of the world. So why does everything in America have to be so gigantic? The answer lies in the perfect combination of the vast geographical area and the car-centric culture characteristic of this country. Unlike the ancient European cities with narrow streets, America was built on vast spaces where the automobile is the main artery of transportation. This culture has driven the development of rest stop models into super travel centers to meet the long-distance travel needs of millions of people. Americans love convenience, freedom, and speed, and this great infrastructure system is the perfect answer to that lifestyle. Seeing millions of international tourists smoothly enjoying the comfort and convenience of the American infrastructure is a great joy for every local resident. If you also feel proud of the top-notch infrastructure and generosity of America, please subtly leave a like and hit the subscribe button right now. Your support is a great motivation for me to continue delivering the most in-depth and high-quality content. The colossal scale of supermarkets and gas stations with 120 pumps is just a glimpse of the real picture. America not only overwhelms tourists with its material wonders, but also offers incredibly unique cultural experiences where the boundaries between rules and personal freedom become both humorous and fascinating. Right now, let's step into a comical scene. International fans bewilderedly witness guns being sold alongside bottles of liquor right in the pharmacy, and heated language debates about the names of vegetables. Let's move on to the next part to see these interesting cultural paradoxes. Just a short clip, but it went viral across the internet because a foreign fan stepped into a pharmacy and grocery store in the US for the first time. Beside the massive scale of its infrastructure, the United States also welcomes World Cup fans with a system of fascinating cultural paradoxes. These are the things that make international tourists, especially those from Europe or Australia, experience moments of bewilderment to the point of laughing due to the stark differences in lifestyle. For Americans, these regulations and arrangements reflect maximum convenience and personal freedom of choice. But from the perspective of tourists, they create incredibly funny and absurd moments on social media. Not stopping there, at large rest stops or picnic supermarkets, international tourists were also shocked to see areas displaying sporting, hunting, and outdoor camping equipment neatly arranged next to shelves of essential goods. An Australian female tourist, upon entering this space, was completely overwhelmed by the long rows of decorated wild animal specimens and thousands of specialized sports protective gear. She was bewildered, wondering, how could an ordinary store integrate such a high-class outdoor entertainment world? Americans always take pride in their service model, because through the lens of social analysis, the concept of a pharmacy or supermarket in the US is not simply a place to sell medicine or food like in Europe or other countries. These are essentially multifunctional convenience ecosystems. Americans highly value time and efficiency. They want that in one trip, people can buy everything from cold medicine, soft drinks, to camping gear or outdoor sports equipment for the weekend getaway. This integration is the perfect answer to the dynamic, free, and individualistic lifestyle of American society. Cultural differences don't just stop at the shelves. They also lead to extremely entertaining language clashes between fans from the UK, Australia, and the US right at the produce counters. These natural interactions are not at all confrontational. On the contrary, they bring hearty laughter and deeper understanding between Anglo-Saxon cultures when they come together at the world's biggest football festival. It shows that America is always an open land, ready to embrace and harmonize all differences. If you also find these cultural clash experiences both humorous and full of unique knowledge, don't hesitate to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. Your clicks will help this video reach more audiences who love American culture around the world. From giant cups of soda, smoky BBQ temples, to multifunctional pharmacies full of surprises, America has completely overturned all the preconceived notions of the international media. However, the greatest gift that World Cup fans received on this trip was not in tangible form. What truly moved and lingered with them the most was precisely what the media had intentionally concealed for many years: the pure kindness and hospitality that warmed the hearts of the American people. Now, let's move on to the final part of the video to witness the incredibly heartwarming stories of human kindness and see how international fans have come to love the local people. Beyond the shocks of gigantic portion sizes or grand infrastructure, the greatest gift that World Cup fans received on this trip was an incredibly warm and intangible value: the pure kindness and hospitality of the American people. For many years, international media and sensational headlines have woven a very dark, divided, and unstable picture of American society. But the reality on the ground is proving to be a completely different story. Let's listen to a very charming everyday story shared by an American man during the tournament. He tells about a Brazilian family that just moved in next door. Their 2 children play soccer all day and accidentally kick the ball into his yard. At first, he joked that they would be a big nuisance. However, on the night the Brazilian team played, this small family invited over 20 friends to watch. They grilled meat all night long, and laughter echoed throughout the neighborhood. When the American man stepped out into the yard at midnight, the Brazilian neighbor's husband waved warmly and asked if he was hungry. Before he could answer, a plate of picanha and grilled pineapple, smelling heavenly, was passed through the gap in the shared fence between the 2 houses. The American guy exclaimed emotionally, "They have raised the standard of being a good neighbor too high, and I realize I have just found my lifelong best friends." That kindness not only appears among neighbors, but is also directly acknowledged by international tourists when they set foot here. A European vlogger candidly shared, "Americans are extremely kind, open, welcoming, and safe, completely unlike the negative portrayals shown on television." Or, as a Polish tourist exclaimed when standing in front of America's warm beaches, "I don't understand why Americans often complain about their country when this is the most wonderful place on the planet. If given a passport to stay here forever, I would be ready to leave all my possessions back home without a second thought." Truly, when hearing these stories, Americans have the right to be proud, because through the lens of social analysis, true American hospitality is not a staged script, but deeply ingrained in the blood of the ordinary people here. The phenomenon of media over-sensationalism, that is, excessive sensationalism in the media, always intentionally exaggerates conflicts to attract attention and gain views. But the media has forgotten that the essence of American society is built on diversity and a spirit of community. That hospitality exists every place, from the warm smile of a restaurant employee, the generous tailgating culture where strangers are willing to invite you into their backyard for drinks and sausages, even if you wear the opposing team's colors, to the absolute sense of safety and peace when tourists stroll through California's great national parks. Real-life Americans are always full of hope, positivity, and ready to help anyone who is lost. That is the true DNA of this superpower, something that no news station can divide. The picture of hospitality warming the hearts of fans is also the perfect explanation for the resounding success of this year's tournament. America has won the biggest prize, not on the field, but in the hearts of millions of international tourists. Right after this, we will move into the conclusion of the video, looking back at the entire historical journey and drawing the most profound lesson about the great infrastructure capability that has helped America shine confidently without needing to prove itself. Let's move on to the final part. So, the journey of accompanying thousands of World Cup fans and exploring true America has come to an end. The most ridiculous thing is that while many other countries have to strain themselves, spending tens of billions of dollars to build new stadiums, the United States only needs to look around and use the existing billion-dollar cathedrals of the NFL and college football to smoothly absorb millions of tourists. This World Cup proves a truth. America doesn't need to strain to prove anything. They just need to be themselves. It is precisely the material abundance, the generosity and lifestyle, and above all, the pure hospitality of ordinary people that have automatically shattered all the dark scenarios of the international media. It's your turn now. If you are an international tourist visiting the US for the first time, would you be willing to leave everything behind to search for a passport to stay here forever, just like the Polish guy in the video? Or for the American audience of the channel, how do you feel witnessing this intense U-turn from international friends? Please leave your comments below, and let's discuss! And if you enjoy content that combines reactions with in-depth analysis from an economic, political, social perspective like this, please support me by hitting the like button, sharing the video, and subscribing to the channel, while also turning on the notification bell. This video is based on the compilation, editing, and analysis of materials and real reactions from tourists from publicly available documents related to the World Cup. All content, images, analyses, and comments in the video are for entertainment, reference, and sharing cultural and social perspectives only, and do not represent the official political views of any organization, individual, or policy system. The channel always respects the community standards and information safety of the YouTube platform. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos.